So we live in a 3D world, and within this 3D world, we live in three-dimensional world. And there is a very, very nice video from Kindergeist where they have explained the dimensions really fantastically with animations. I would highly recommend you to watch that video. You know, the fourth dimension they say is time. So when you add time, we are now four-dimensional creatures. Right now we are three-dimensional creatures. But there are, in the spiritual world, there are lots of people who can go to other dimensions. And there is a lot of work going on in this space that nobody knows how many dimensions there are. It's very hard to comprehend the dimensions because the life becomes very, very complex. Once you watch this video, you will understand that a person who has never been to three-dimensional state can never understand more than two dimensions. So a two-dimensional creature is like a flat sticker on the wall, but a three-dimensional can be have one more dimension, right? Height, width, and length. So once you add these three dimensions, you are a three-dimensional creature. Once you are in another dimension, then this dimension becomes so small that it's unbelievable that it even doesn't matter. And the more you enter into higher dimensions, it feels like magic is happening for the three-dimensional people, it's like magic because we can't really understand. I think 30 years ago, I met a guy and I asked him, can you explain me God? So he said that I can't explain you. I said, why? He said, well, imagine you are a colorblind person and you cannot see red. There is no way on earth I can explain you what red looks like. So similarly, we can't really understand God because we are not creatures which can or have the senses to imagine or to analyze or to see multiple dimensions. So as we know that in Islam we say there are 7 layers or Saat Asman, 7 skies, and after that is the Arsh-e-Khuda, which is the God's place where the God lives. So that you can also say that as a dimension maybe there are 7 other dimensions on top. And the teachers also said that there are 10 dimensions, now they're talking about the 11th dimension. So above our dimension, above our reality is another reality, and on top of that is another reality, and on top of that is another reality. And then there is a talk of multiverse. So there is a lot of talk about there are not just multiple dimensions there, but there are multiple verses, multiple universes, which is going on at the same time. So as it becomes more and more, it becomes more and more confusing. And it's very challenging to understand and explain. Take quantum physics, for example. We can't even explain that. Well, the purpose of this video is to make you curious enough to understand it. And then you go out there and do some more research, publish more work, so that we all can have this collective intelligence given to all humanity through the internet, empower each other to build on top of this. I would request you that in the comments, if you can share some content which will help me understand even more dimension, that will be so much cool. That will be so awesome. Thank you.